everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. Today we are talking about if Ghira and the other one, Callie and Sun, question mark, are gonna die. So, if you guys watched last episode, you will know that basically what happened was that they're gonna kill the Belladonnas. But Ilya has to go distract Blake so she doesn't protect them. So, here's what we're gonna be talking about today. That scene where Blake is fighting Ilya on the beach, Sun doesn't seem to be there. And so basically what this video is about, are Ghira and Callie actually gonna die? And is Sun gonna be at home with them to either protect them or get killed protecting them? And that is the end of Sun. Or will they die and Ghira and Sun will have some sort of fatherly moment like a lot of people have already speculated. So, Hunter, before I get into my thoughts, so I can eat my donut.
Yes.
What do you think about this?
So as you're enjoying your hideous Boston cream donut, I was not even paying attention to you, so I don't know the question. That's a lie. What?
I thought you were serious. I was like, oh my god.
I'm not even here. I'm packing it in so bad. You have no idea. So what I feel with that, so this is how I imagine it happening.
Okay.
I don't trust anything that fucking happens in those OPs anymore. Like, if the OPs were true, we would have...
They're metaphorical.
We would have seen, like, fucking Team RWBY skydiving in Volume 3, and then in Volume 4, Blake would have fought Adam in the desert, like...
It's metaphor.
I know it's metaphor, but it's like...
So they're on the boat is not actually them on the boat.
Yes, Cal, I'm aware.
I'm telling them!
Okay.
I know you know. Because you're saying it. I'm assisting you with your point.
Eat your fucking donut, okay? So there was... what was... I can't even fucking deal with you.
So you don't trust what the OP
So I don't trust what the OP says. This is what I think is gonna happen.
I'm ready.
Ghira and Kylie are gonna be like... It's like, go with... Or maybe like... Ilya is gonna distract... One of two things are gonna happen. Either Ilya's gonna distract Blake... and then they're attacked, and then Ilya's
It seems like that based
sorry.
on the OP, remember?
Yeah. And then Ilya's like, I'm sorry, and then Blake goes back, and then Blake sees, their house burning, and the father fighting. Oh my god,
their house burning, Jesus.
I mean, why not? I mean, you're already there, might as well throw a Molotov cocktail in. So, the house is burning, their mom, I would want to see what Ghira, I feel like Ghira is less a fighter and more just like I don't know what Ghira fighting would look like. But I imagine him getting his ass kicked by Fergus and what's-his-face or whatever.
They're not the ones doing it, though, I don't think.
Or whoever's there.
Dragon guy.
Bird person or whoever is doing it.
The mermaid, all of them got involved.
Mermaid in like a kiddie pool kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's a SpongeBob reference. That happens. Blake gets captured. Then maybe broken out later by Sun or Ilya. Ilya would be more interesting because I feel like Ilya would serve more of a purpose and less as what we just spent a long time discussing, how Sun is just sort of there to move the plot along. I can imagine Ilya coming back and busting them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go off on their adventure together, escaping or going back to try to stop Minstrel attack. Whatever happens. That, or they're there when they attack, and then Ilya just comes in and swipes Sun or Blake or whatever combination of Ghira and Kylie. I like the idea of...
What do you mean swipes them?
Swipes them, like, grabs them. It's like, we gotta get out of here. Like, shit's going bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I 100% guarantee you that fucking bag, that donut came in, will be here next week when I come over to do these videos.
Are you done?
Yeah, so one of those two scenarios I see happening.
I have three, I think.
Okay.
Blake and Ilya are fighting. Ilya finally kind of reveals that, like, after their fight, I was just trying to distract you, Blake. Something's going down at your house right now, but you can't go back. We have to escape,
so
right?
So it's not a romantic... Okay.
No. And remember that Blake's semblance is literally her running away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so either Blake runs. Okay, all of my three different things have three different options. Okay, so either she runs, she goes back home, like she runs with Ilya on a boat and they both escape. She runs by herself and she escapes, or she runs back home. With or without Ilya, maybe, because I don't know if Ilya is getting redeemed just yet. She may. Alright, because I like your idea. But, that's the first option. Second option is, she's home, like you said. Right? And so they fight. There's a big battle at the house is burning, etc. The third option is similar to the first, but, like, basically the outcome's different. Instead of Blake running away, like, she goes back home, but Sun isn't with her, right? So this is the key to basically my ideas is Sun and Ghira to an extent. So I think that what's happening is that Sun is gonna be at home. I don't think that he's fighting in that scene because it looks like it's just Blake in the OP or in the trailer, etc. The whatever, all of those things. And so I think that the case may be Blake goes home, but meanwhile at home, Sun has either tried his best to defend against the assassin, and Sun dies to have Ghira and Callie escape, and they're already gone. They're on a boat already, and they're ready to take Blake out of menagerie, sort of thing. Or, it's the other way around, and Ghira protects Sun because he kind of sees Sun as his, like, as his own, like, flesh and blood now. And so, Callie and Ghira, or Callie gets to leave with Sun, and then Ghira dies.
Yeah.
And so, those are my options. I would really like, from a narrative perspective, if Sun died here. Because I think that what they're doing with him currently, like how Blake's just like, you know, you basically taught me, like, that I need to go save my friends for a change. And so while Sun is dying, he could reiterate that, you know, Blake needs to keep going on to save Team RWBY and save, you know, the rest of his team, and that he tried to be the best leader he could, you know what I mean? Sort of situation. Or I also like it narratively that Ghira dies to be like, Sun, my son. Like, you know what I mean? And so I really like both of those options. To be honest, I'm leaning more towards, because I'm thinking of two things, right? There's a safe option for Rooster Teeth, which is Ghira's death. I feel like that is the basic one, if that makes sense. Like, if somebody has to die here, Ghira and or Callie, that's the basic option. That's a safe option. Sun dying is the unsafe option, but the more narratively interesting option. For me. Anyway. Because if you think about it, like, Blake has lost so much already. Like, she hasn't, Yang is still alive, but she hasn't had somebody actually die by Adam like Adam promised. And so if Sun is the first person to die at the hands of Adam, right? Someone that motivated her, like, so much to be kind of better than she was, in terms of, like, you know, saving her friends. Like, I feel like that'd be very interesting. But then you also have the perspective, like, of Ghira being like, Sun, take care of my daughter. I am going to die. Like, you know what I mean? And so, like, there's that sort of perspective, too. Like, I really like all of your ideas, but I also like mine because
It's yours.
It's mine. But I also just want, I want some death, you know what I mean? And so, again, it's like, there's a safe option that Rooster Teeth could go, I shouldn't say Rooster Teeth, because obviously the whole company isn't weighing in on this decision. It's like, there's a safe option RWBY could go with, and then there's the more interesting one, for me anyway. You guys may think it's the reverse, that Ghira dying is more interesting than Sun. Or that no one dying is more interesting because it goes against what we expect.
Because unless they're able to, like, unless Ilya is able to sneak all of them out, like...
That's what I'm saying,
yeah. Because, I mean, in my first version, well, Ilya's, like, takes him away.
Yeah.
Like, Ghira and Kylie are probably gonna die. And then if in the first version, when she goes, like, sneaks ahead, which I think is fairly likely, then, yeah, I'd imagine them surviving. I also want to see Ghira and Kylie fight. I don't know if they would. I don't picture really either of them fighting that much. But then again, Blake, so I don't know.
Then again, Blake, what do you mean?
But I mean, Blake learned to fight, so maybe Ghira fought when he was a younger... I just like the idea of Ghira smashing heads together and Kylie just fucking people up. You know?
Yeah. So I agree with you. But... yeah, I don't know. I really like Sun dying. Not because I want Sun to die now, because if you watch my last video, you'll see why. It's just, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this properly.
And sometimes when you have nothing else to say, Cal, you end the video.
I know, but you know what I mean, right? It's just, it's not that I dislike him now, it's just, it's interesting. It's just cool, that's all. Like, it'd be cool. Like,
Murder's fun, guys.
you know, like, again, there's the writing me and the personal me. The personal me thinks that Sun deserves better. The writing me is like, nah, that bitch gotta go. And so, that's it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to become patrons over on Patreon. I thought we were gonna have more of a discussion about this, but I guess not. It's okay. Not every video has to be, like, 45 minutes.
I fucking agree.
Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.